Alright, let's see if you know the answer to this one. When an application runs in AWS, how does traffic actually reach it? And how do services actually talk to each other? And how does the internet connect to the cloud? This is where people often start to think AWS networking must be incredibly complicated. But at cloud practitioner level, you only need a few core ideas. And once you have those, the rest feels much less scary. Welcome to Learn Data Easy, the series where we break down cloud, data, and AI concepts without jargon and without stress. I'm Charlene. I work in data and AI, and my goal here is to help you understand how AWS works underneath in a way that's clear and practical. In this episode, we're talking about networking, how AWS services connect and communicate. Before we talk about service names, here's the most important idea. So networking in AWS is about controlling how traffic flows inside the cloud and between the cloud and on the internet. Everything else builds on this. Networking simply means how data moves from one place to another. This could be traffic from the internet to an application, or communication between servers, or access between databases and compute services. AWS gives you the tools to control where traffic is allowed to go and where it isn't. The foundation of AWS networking is Amazon VPC, and this stands for Virtual Private Cloud. A VPC is your own private network inside AWS. When you create resources like EC2 instances or databases, they live inside a VPC. A simple way to remember VPC is this. So Amazon VPC is your private space in AWS. That's it. So VPC allows you to isolate your resources from other customers and control how traffic flows in and out. For the exam, remember that VPC provides network isolation and control. Inside a VPC, you create subnets. Now, a subnet is a smaller section of your VPC. Subnets are usually created within specific availability zones. You might remember this from a previous episode. And a simple way to remember subnets is this. So subnets are smaller networks inside of a VPC, and subnets help organize resources and improve availability. Next are security groups. Security groups act like a virtual firewall. They control which traffic is allowed in and out of resources like EC2 instances. Security groups allow traffic based on rules, such as allowing web traffic on specific ports. A simple way to remember security groups is this. So security groups are traffic rules for resources. For the exam, remember that security groups control inbound and outbound traffic, work at the resource layer, and are used to protect EC2 and other services. You don't need to memorize port numbers, just the purpose. Finally, let's talk about Amazon Route 53. So Route 53 is AWS's DNS service. DNS is what turns website names into IP addresses. So when someone types a website address into a browser, Route 53 helps direct that request to the correct AWS resource. So a simple way to remember Route 53 is this. So Amazon Route 53 is like an internet traffic director. Route 53 is used for routing users to applications, managing domain names, and for improving availability. For the exam, remember that Route 53 handles DNS and traffic routing. Here's the exam-friendly summary. So Amazon VPC is a private network in AWS, and subnets are smaller sections inside of VPC. Security groups control traffic to resources, and Amazon Route 53 is for DNS and internet routing. If you can remember this, networking questions become manageable. If you work with data or AI, networking controls how data flows securely between services, from data ingestion to processing and storage. Understanding networking basics help you design systems that are secure, scalable, and reliable. Let's recap the key ideas. So networking controls how traffic moves. Amazon VPC is your private network, and subnets organize that network. Security groups control access. Amazon Route 53 directs internet traffic. If that makes sense, you've got the foundations of AWS networking. In the next episode, we'll talk about monitoring and management, how AWS helps you see what's happening inside your cloud environment. If this has helped, please subscribe and let's keep learning cloud the easy way. I'll see you next time.